Welcome back to the Best There Is podcast. Man, I'm exhausted.
I'm not.
Are you exhausted?
No, I mean a little bit. I mean, I'm not.
Is Lucas exhausted? Is Declan exhausted? Already got their names out there. I always think it's weird to be like, I'm Ernie, I'm Declan. Every time we do this, because I'm like, if you're listening, the only time I think we should announce somebody is when it's a other person joining in. But whatever.
But that's never happened.
I try.
You tried so hard.
Goodbye, but I choke. I'm tired because of the Snyder cut. So get ready for a 4-hour podcast.
No,
I
have somewhere to be.
You got somewhere to be. My shop is where
which
we
is the sponsor of this episode.
Best There Is Games.
Brought to you by Best There Is Entertainment.
Yeah. Come down to Best There Is Games. We'll get you the best prices. Or if not, Declan will kiss you.
Don't make any promises. Okay, I will not.
I will kiss you if you're attractive.
No.
Dude, 4 hours. Bad idea already. This is all we're going to talk about because we have to talk about a 4-hour movie.
We've seen
and basically an hour.
Just to put it out there, we have, at least me and Lucas have seen Winter Soldier.
We're not going to touch that.
But that's what I'm saying. Is we're not even going to go.
Because what's on every I've scrolled through my Facebook and I've argued with everybody. Yeah, no, on Facebook,
like always,
DC action figure pages, comic book pages, every page that I'm a part of, everyone's on it talking about it. And it is back and forth, but majority of it are like, it's so good, it's so much better. I'm like, okay, it was a low bar, so I know it's going to be better. Like I said, most of the time you fucked up on something and got another try, you're going to probably do better. I hope. I really do. But I never said, I know that was a big but, and I won't lie.
Damn, you beat me to it.
It just few seconds. But it was, the thing is, I only watched, I don't like Snyder. Okay.
You don't like 300.
I'll say his peak for me was 300.
I watched
it. Was very simple and it was very,
yeah, that's what I came away with.
Just very pretty. It's a very pretty movie to me.
I think the CGI looks really bad in that movie.
CGI is pretty bad, but
that movie looks like it's filmed in like a room like
that was also
right
early.
My
by all
CGI. Back on the mic because I backed up a little bit. My main thing, God, you're gonna hear my heavy breathing. My main thing is Zack Snyder knows cinematography really well, or he hires a good cinematographer. So any shot of the ocean, the mountains look great. I would hang it in my house. But far as everything else, I've never been the biggest fan of him. Dawn of the Dead is a decent movie, but it's also such a weird tint. I don't know. Like it's weird.
Green.
It's just weird. It's weird.
Has a weird green-blue tint over that.
And I can't even talk about like what zombie movies I like better than others or whatever, because that's a whole different discussion.
It looks like the guy's name is, for at least Justice League, is Fabian Wagner. Hardly know her. But so we got Justice League, which is so crazy. In 2007, he did Overlord.
We got Justice League in 2007. We are in 2000 and
we did not get Justice League.
Wait, what?
2017.
Yeah, oh my God!
Keeping you guys alert,
Jesus
baby.
Christ.
I was thinking the whole time. I was like, wait, did we time warp? Like, what the fuck happened?
But he was the cinematographer on the original one too.
Okay, so I know all of them look fine. Like the prettiness. 2017. So we're 4 years in.
I'm glad you did the math on that.
And people
you look like you're having trouble a little bit.
Yeah, you see my
dude. Today
eyes
I
crossed.
freaked out because I was thinking about school real quick. Cause I had my graduation jacket on. It's like 2018. I was like, how old was I in 2018? And I was like,
that's not much to
exactly. That's why I was fucking up. I was like, I was 19 that year. For most of that year, I was 19.
And for one whole year, you were 19.
But I was like, I don't remember being 19 in my senior year of high school.
Who says for the most of the
year? You
were
19 when you were a senior?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't sound right. I don't feel like that.
Wait, what?
Because I was born in 1999, right?
Were you held back?
Because I was hella young when I first went into kindergarten.
Are you special?
No. Really?
Like a good kid. Were you special?
No, I was a horrible kid.
Oh, well, that's why you graduated in 2019, and you were 19 years old.
No.
You graduated 21 doing beer runs for people
I was 19
in high school.
In 2018, I was 19 because I turned 19 on October 4th.
But you graduated in 2018? Or
No, that's why it was fucking me up.
They held you.
Yeah,
I had him backwards because I actually was only 19 for a portion of that year. I was thinking I was 19. See, I figured it out. My brain literally had a spasm over it.
You're revealing too much about yourself right now.
That just how old I am.
Which you complained about on
You
the
complained about
last
the last episode, yeah.
Yeah, but it's out there at that point.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Also, nobody
okay.
listens to these, sadly.
Yeah. One day.
But, you know.
But, so, I mean, you guys all watched the original.
I did not.
Not
No,
a long
you
time
didn't.
ago.
I told you I didn't watch it.
Oh, wow.
I watched it a while.
That's why
the thing
in
is, so,
2018.
but, okay, so we got a movie that people, okay, here's my thing. People were praising Allah about this movie, Justice League. When Justice League came out, remember? Does anyone remember everyone act like this was God's gift to us? And I was like, oh my God, like this is nuts. And I try to watch some of it. And I'm like, this isn't very good. And then I went on Rotten Tomatoes and I was like, holy shit. Like it was just tanking. And people were like, I don't believe in Rotten Tomatoes. They're judgmental on our. And I'm like, dude, they're just.
Was it the
I don't
critics
know.
or the
I heard-
audience score?
I heard-
Both were low.
I heard,
see.
most opinions I heard that movie was bad. I
Yeah.
agree. That movie was really
But
bad.
when I talk to anybody online, they're like, it's so good.
It's because you deal with the online community. They're a bunch of psychopaths.
They get
We
it.
literally had an episode about on the podcast about it.
That's right. They're like, they got us, dude. They got us so well. This is what we want. Now all of a sudden they're like, release a Snyder cut. Release a Snyder cut. And I'm like,
Now it's continue the Snyderverse. That's the new hashtag.
Yeah, that's the new hashtag. But yeah, it's so I don't know, whatever. And we there was no Snyder cut. Snyder said there's a cut out there. Now wait, go back. It's all fairness. Joss Whedon took over because unfortunately I was gonna say Bryan Singer. Snyder. I was gonna call him by my other name. Snyder. Are you checking me out?
Just looks like your cord wasn't plugged in because you were coming out awkward to me until you bumped your cord and then you came out a little bit more clear.
Snyder lost, I believe, his daughter to suicide, and he had to leave. And Joss Whedon took over.
Is that who at the end of the movie goes for?
Yes,
it was Autumn.
Yeah, I heard Joss only did a few scenes to finish it up. Now it's turned to. I read a whole article where it's like he redid everything. He changed this, he changed that, and all this. And I'm like, all right. Again, Joss is in a whole different trouble right now with like everyone saying he's a horrible boss and he yelled at everybody on the Justice League set and
Also,
all kinds of stuff.
Had
And
a
then-
lot of affairs. Too.
he hasn't had any affairs.
Yeah, it was.
No, about that.
I'm pretty sure. It was
Look it up while I talk. Then the Buffy people came out, and all of them were like, he was mean to me too, me too, me too. So nothing sexual. It's just been nothing but whatever.
Rudeness.
Yes. So Jaws took over. Snyder was like, there's a cut out there. You guys all didn't like that cut. There's my cut out there.
Was it really a cut there?
But the
Ernie?
problem is, I think they only had a few scenes because they gave them $70 million and
a lot
he
of money.
reshot a lot. There was a lot that they reshot.
And they changed CGI.
100%, which was great for Steppenwolf.
His suit was actually pretty fucking cool.
No, Steppenwolf, they did a good job. If you
Arrow sticking out, just like
you haven't seen the original one,
I have seen clips of them comparing at least the trailer to the
gotcha.
original.
the affairs are alleged
Alleged
Okay.
affairs.
by his ex-wife.
well, it's an X, doesn't matter anymore.
I think it's also kind of important because maybe that's why she's his ex-wife. Maybe.
I'm not getting
Just throwing it out there. I mean,
I'm not
Don't-
getting to
don't
why
matter.
the guy made two of the Avengers movies. So.
and great Avengers movies. And people hate Age of Ultron, and I
like
loved
him.
it.
We've talked about that.
They say he ruined it, and I'm like, I love that
that
movie.
movie's pretty good.
And he wrote pretty good X-Men runs, and he also did Buffy, which was great, but whatever.
Apparently, it wasn't so good for everybody.
Apparently.
I don't know.
Murder
The show's
mystery.
good, so.
Huh?
Show was good?
You're like, I don't care who's abused. It was good. So with the $70 million,
I did not say that. For clarification, Ernie's inferring things that are not true.
Lucas is 100% down with crunch time.
So, $70 million in, we get a new one. And yes, Steppenwolf was one of the first things that we noticed that was like, holy shit. Because if you watch the original, which I watched, that's why. If you guys want to ask and be real, I'm so tired because I watched the original in one day. Then I watched 2 hours of the new one. went to sleep because I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was because it was bored, but again, you have to remember I did watch the first one, so a lot of scenes were getting repeated. Cyborg was whining about I'm a monster, and I was just like, oh god.
Oh.
Yeah, the start is definitely like.
So I started to fall asleep, and then I went to the shop, came back late last night, rewinded it because I knew I missed stuff. I didn't want to, be critical or whatever without watching it. And then watched the last 2 hours or so, and then called Declan and was raging about a lot of stuff. But that being said, all of us watched the new one. Like I said, the best thing I could say is that I did watch the original one right beforehand. Me and Lucas were just watching the side-by-side, how the Wonder Woman part changed.
Mm-hmm.
Hella changed. I'm not going to talk this whole time because right now I feel like I'm talking a lot. There's a lot to go by, so I'll let you guys take over because I'm already getting irritable.
Well, was there anything good about the movie?
There is, but I want to start off.
Do you want to take it in parts then? You want to talk about the first part of the movie?
I mean, we can go down that
we
order.
could go whatever.
I like that because, well, at least the first thing that I noticed that bothered me about the movie, I'm not trying to be negative, but at least comes to the top of my mind is all the slow motion.
It's
Slow
just a
mo.
Snyder cut. It's just a Snyder thing.
The Snyder,
Yes,
the Snyder,
I know,
the
but
Snyder
it was
cut
obnoxious.
didn't. The original one didn't have as many slow mos. It was weird because I think Declan, how many slow mos am I gonna get with a sad song playing with it? It was so artsy. This guy wants Justice League to be the most artistic vision of a superhero movie, which is fine. But as a fan of comics, I don't want that.
No,
I want a comic book.
It was
superhero movie.
300, and it was very odd. Just because it seemed like every single fight scene, every single opening scene has some kind of slow-mo thing going on to introduce everyone, to show their powers, show everything. But it was just obnoxious.
So, one thing I'll just jump.
And it was
right back in.
inconsistent.
It was compared to the first one, which I was fresh in my memory. It's all over the fucking place. It's a mess. Whoever re-edited this did a way better job at keeping the storyline and keeping you kind of up with the beat. But it's 4 hours, so it makes it a little bit easier to have a little bit of stretching room. But there's just stuff. Okay, so if we're gonna talk, we're not gonna just talk about the Snyder cut as what's changed or whatever. We're gonna talk about the movie itself. For me, and this is maybe everyone's gonna be like, you're a Marvel fanboy. Yes, I love Marvel, but I do love me some fucking Batman, Shazam. I like Aquaman a lot. Not this Aquaman. I like Jason Momoa. The whole time I'm like, this dude's a badass, but he needs to be someone else.
Yeah.
He's not Aquaman. And the way him and Bruce talk, I'm just like, ugh, you guys don't sound like Bruce and Aqua talking.
I think his characterization's much better in the Aquaman movie.
Which could make sense.
And I think they soften him, and that movie is much like most Aquaman stories at this point. It's just the New 52 run, which is just at this point the best Aquaman run. It's like just the most consistent.
But I mean, the beginning of the New 52 is fucking amazing.
Well, some of them stories are. Not everybody liked the interpretation
Trench
of like
was
Superman.
great. No, I'm saying Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
Because it just showed like them making fun of him talking to fish again, which was in the original movie. They talk about it, and both scenes were cut out.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was telling me that earlier.
They cut out so much comedy.
but that's where that comes from, right? It's from that comic.
Oh, are you rewatching the movie or just rewatching certain scenes?
I'm just looking at scenes. I was trying to get to the where it actually breaks apart because it looks, like
what's breaking apart.
The movie's broken up by parts.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want to start by talking about with like Steppenwolf's design. It's clearly better, right?
A million times better.
Like
I saw some people actually bitch about it, but I'm like, dude, if you watch the original one, he looks horrible. Like
he's rough.
They gave up like designing his face.
Dude, his hands in this fucking movie are so weird. Every time he's in scene, I cannot not look at his hands because he's got like a normal hand, but he's got an extra set of thumbs right here. It's fucking creepy, man. And his fucking spiky armor was sick. Like they did a really good job on that CGI. Like that
Yes.
on him and redesigning him in particular, they did a fantastic job.
But that being said, I didn't like Darkseid.
It's whatever to me. I think people are bitching too much about his design.
People love it.
His
dude.
design, but I hear a bunch of people complaining about it, and I hear you complaining about it. His design is not that complex to begin with.
He could look cool and badass, though.
He looks fine. I don't know why you like.
Yeah, he looks
Darkseid
alright.
is a big rock man. He's never looked cool or badass. Not in the Injustice games, not in any of the movies.
He's just like Thanos.
He's in like no.
He's
literally
a Kirby
like
design. He's a
when
Jack
Batman
Kirby
shoots
design.
him, he's just kind of like a man in like. With
He's
no
in his
clothes sitting
skirt.
on a-
He's got like a gravelly face. But I thought you know what they needed was motion capture on him, an actor to play him like Thanos.
They didn't have enough time to do that for that character though.
They got to do a whole fucking redo.
But COVID, brother.
They
you think
filmed a whole fucking redo.
But the filming in COVID is way more expensive, right? I'm just maybe playing devil's advocate at this point, but there's some things they can't do. They changed this movie drastically, right? They added a bunch of shit, but they couldn't make everything.
All what
perfect.
they added was
Granny Goodness is in the fucking movie. She doesn't get a single line. Like, of course they couldn't get an actress to play her,
there was an actress playing her.
but not like
Some old grandma.
But not like some voice. It's not like voice performance stuff like that. It's not like that character's now Granny Goodness forever.
No, with Darkseid, they didn't really need to do anything beyond what they did.
But that's what they really changed was the Darkseid saga.
Yeah, but he's just a big rock man.
And it's weird.
I don't know why people can't get over that.
It's weird to me that Steppenwolf had the exact same scene, and all they did was remove Steppenwolf and insert Darkseid.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's pretty lazy.
Proto Darkseid was a little bit weirder. I did prefer the later Darkseid design.
Again, what I was saying in the beginning about me being a Marvel fan or whatever, it kind of annoys people.
Didn't
but,
have his hands behind his back at any point, which kind of pissed me off. That's kind of Darkseid's thing.
Yeah,
He's always
but-
got his hands behind his back.
But it reminded me of Thanos trying to get the Infinity Gems and sitting out Loki, and they're trying to get these things, and they need to put them together. Once they're together, it's like all shit's over. So that reminder,
You sound like a Marvel fanboy.
I know, and it bugs me because that's
That's
all
what
I
I'm saying.
kept thinking.
Try to criticize a movie without comparing it to
I'm
Marvel.
trying.
Try to compare it to Shazam, the movie we like.
Shazam's amazing, but it's a whole different idea. Shazam, they took a risk. Shazam for DC was Marvel's Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians was a huge risk, and it paid off. Shazam was a huge risk, and it paid off. Shazam is fucking hilarious. It's a great movie, great story, scary shit, cool shit. It's just a great fucking movie. It has...
It's got weird reference. It's got weird references too.
Up, down, like a fucking movie should be. This was just up, and then there were so many downs, and then up, and so many downs.
and drawn out.
Well, next thing then, Martian Manhunter. You were
Not needed.
not well. Yeah, of course, it wasn't needed.
Not needed at all.
It was still cool to see him.
I guess far as fans go for him, you needed him to see him because we're not going to get to see him anytime soon.
No, but I want to.
Unless they do a sequel.
But I would love to see him again.
But what was he doing during the fights?
I would
and
just love to
shit?
see Martian Manhunter in general.
What was he doing? Like not.
He's a military man. I don't.
Oh, when the world's coming to like
Yeah,
an
I
alien
really
can't
have
come.
no
There,
fucking-
there's
I've never
there's
even
there's a
fucking-
lot of things that don't add up.
But
in
that's
that
like
movie.
that's about like movies in general.
So
I
the
guarantee
beginning,
you could find
the
that,
beginning
like,
of the original one was
Marvel
really
movies,
bad for
Star
me
Wars
with the
movies.
whole like Clark on camera. Like
It's not in there. They cut it. Right?
I know they got rid
Yeah.
of that, so that was good.
Because that's where you really see the mustache.
Yeah, it's bad. So it's really, really good that they
Well,
got rid
I
of that.
Don't see the mustache.
Yeah, because did they reshoot all his scenes again?
No, that was like the only real like scene where it was obvious. Most of them are action scenes.
Because most of the time I could notice his like thing, but they cut so many close face parts of the fight when he gets resurrected that I never got to see it. But I don't want to get into that yet because that's so further in the movie.
I mean, Martian Man is pretty fun. too.
The beats,
Yeah.
So is like
The
But
beats-
you got to remember, there's a lot of this movie.
the beats and the edits of the beginning of the film
That's like
were a decent start off for me.
Yeah.
But then it just gets a little boring. But in the beginning, we kind of get intro to a few people, which is kind of odd for a movie not to introduce everybody. Because we, like I told you, an hour in, I made up my notes. We got Flash. That's crazy for a main character. He was a bigger character in the original cut, and like I think me and you both are saying, Flash and who else? Aquaman became supporting characters,
Which is fine. I think it's completely fine. I don't think everybody.
Not for me for a Justice League movie.
You're crazy. I think there's
If it was
plenty of
Batman
Justice
versus
League,
Superman-
There's plenty of Justice League stories where it's more about like one character.
No, this was about because we had to learn so many origins in this. It was ridiculous.
Well, we had to learn like two, Cyborg and Flashes.
And
That's not a lot.
I would say
Kinda
Flash
Aquaman a little
Flash is
bit.
more of a big deal than Aquaman because Flash had more presence in the movie or more special.
Was Aquaman needed in the story?
No, if you look at what he did, he just fought. The only thing he did was stop water. Really.
Yeah.
So it's just Aquaman
Like that-
in
that's-
real life
that's
now.
it.
Thanks, DC.
What? Aquaman's great.
He rides
Not this version
seahorses.
of Aquaman.
No.
It's great. I love
But
Aquaman.
so like
Especially
in,
90s
in the
Aquaman with a
beginning,
hook.
they still kept
Sorry.
the Wonder Woman. And holy crap, dude, watching the
I don't know this
cuts,
song.
watching the cuts of what was in this one and that one, they added so much more slow mo, a lot more action, a lot more fighting. Like I said,
Didn't make sense.
Lucas was like,
I think it was fine.
Lucas was like, I'm fine with her speed, and I said it's whatever, but I just don't know how to judge speed now in DC because she's moving as fast as the Flash.
No, she's not.
There's no fucking way. Come on, bring it.
The distance.
Bring it.
The distance between having to move your body like 1 inch, which is what she's doing. You know, she's just reaching out and blocking bullets at some point. Her momentum's carrying her down the line, right? She's not really like. She's not racing hella fast, and
The scene
bullets bullets don't travel nearly as fast as you think they do. Your
The s-
concept of speed is whack.
The
dude.
scene you saw, I don't really like that how she used her. She's like with her fucking.
But that's how she
wrist.
does it in the comic books.
Not
man.
that fast.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. The only difference
Dawn
is that
even told you that last night.
the only
right?
difference is that they draw the actual the bullet. So it even in the comic books, I mean, you still see her do
It's
that
just a
rather
cinematography
quickly.
thing. You're
It's
way over.
if you watch the first one to this one, they speeded her up a lot faster. Minus
Now
the running part. The running part is the same, but as the fighting goes, holy
the
shit.
issue is when she actually hits people, how fast they fly with how little effort.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's
Lucas slowed down the frame
Like
rate
it's
on it.
absurd.
to
She
watch
goes
how-
like that, barely touches them, and then boom, faster than what she's actually moving or as fast as she's moving, which is just it's very.
It's almost like a
awkward
flash punch. Like,
But
it would-
she's. You realize she's super strong, right?
well, to be honest, I was telling. I could be 100% wrong on this, but I've always put on par with like Thanos, or I'm sorry, like Steve Rogers' strength. I feel like, but you think Wonder Woman's
It's
stronger?
way more akin to like Aquaman's strength.
Yeah, but if you
And
look,
Aquaman's super strong.
so let's just actually take a look at how everyone else fights each other in this movie. She's the only one that when she hits someone, they fly immediately.
She's the only one who hits a person. Superman never hits a normal man. Aquaman never hits a normal man. Flash never hits a normal man. Batman never hits a normal man through the whole movie.
Flash just runs and pushes people. They cut out that whole line too. What? Are they canceling Flash?
No,
that
I
actually.
mean
that
they
thought
almost
go,
did. Remember he like beat up some girl or something.
I don't know, but it's just funny because Flash had that. Actually,
pushed some girls.
I liked. I don't. There's
spread
things I
lies,
didn't
so
like
be
about
violent.
Flash, but a lot I didn't like about Flash. But I did like how unsure he was of himself being with these big heroes. And Batman's like, I'm gonna change my voice, even though you guys seem to have done my mask on. But just save one person. He's like, one person. Like, okay, that was kind of cool to me. The first one to see Flash a little.
I still like the scene on the roof with Gordon though. That's a good scene.
That is a good scene where everyone just vanishes.
Whoa. And he's like,
Everybody just left. That's kind of rude.
Oh,
and he's like the
I
only
wanna-
one who feasibly could do that, right?
Yeah, that should be able to do that.
And he's
I want to
like,
know how the fuck Aquaman got out of there so fast.
I just
Like,
jumped
what
off
do you
the
do?
building.
Just jump?
just jumped off the building.
everybody breaks their legs just jumping off like buildings to be cool.
And Wonder Woman definitely flies in the movie. There's like a scene where they're all racing towards the thing, and she's just coasting
Yeah.
along.
Oh my god, you see that shot they did? Is that what you're talking about? The shot where they try to do a hero shot of them all together.
Yeah. And he's
Charging
in the
base.
car, fucking.
And everyone's like, it's so badass. And I'm like,
It was forced.
You've been watching a
Dude,
lot
they
of
kept the
superhero
my
movies.
man part in too.
Oh, they did?
My man.
Oh, there's no booyah either. I did that loud. There's no booyah either.
That's
I
a
was
little
like-
disappointing.
But that's Cyborg, my man.
Booyah.
But he was like,
It is also the pressed ass cyborg.
I think it was.
Which he has been in the comic books.
But I think.
'Cause his story is very tragic.
I think.
But most of Teen Titans are. That's like
I
the
think it
crazy
fit
Yeah.
in the last one, even though I would be like, ugh, they use booyah. That's kind of. I feel like it's more of a
No tit
cartoon
scenes.
thing. But
No-
it
no
worked
flash
after the
forward
explosion
titties.
happens. He's just like, booyah. Like kind of badass. This one, they took it out, and I was like, oh, well, let's stop making people who they are, I guess. What tits are you talking about?
The Flash didn't land on her tits.
Oh.
'Cause fuck
right,
that
right. You haven't watched the original one.
No. I probably won't.
So you know when she's falling and he pushes the sword to her. So when she falls, and this was a huge deal, and with Joss Whedon too. She falls, Flash lands on top of her, like not sexually, but a guy's gonna like it because it's Gal Gadot, and he literally microsecond, he's up and he's standing, and his eyes are like I fucked up, like embarrassed. That's it. But it was kind of a dumb scene.
Like, yeah, it doesn't really add anything to Flash's character.
It was
It's
more
just,
of
like, there
a
to be,
comedy
like,
scene, but Gal Gadot requested a body double during that part because she felt it was too sexual. And that pissed me off because it's just something simple. Like, a dude's just going to lay on you for a second and action, you're done, whatever.
But that man is Ezra Miller.
It was probably his body double, too. I don't know.
I was thinking about that when I tried it. I was like, what if Ezra Miller was like, I don't want to lay on some random lady's breasts. Let's just get my body double to do it.
Or the body double's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. But anyway, so it's weird, but they cut that out. So if you watch the original one, you'll see it, and it's supposed to be humorous. I didn't find it funny just because it's not funny. I wasn't like, I'm appalled. I just was like, this isn't funny.
And I know we were supposed to talk about like just this as a movie and not continually compare it to the Batman one, but I'm so glad they took out the Batman Superman scene where he's like, I thought you hated me or whatever. And Batman's like, I never said that or whatever.
Well,
just that's not a bad.
God, we're jumping around so much, but they try to save the Justice League and Batman so much in this new one,
dude.
Because the last one, I told you when I watched it, I was like, that movie should have just been called "We're Waiting for Superman," because that's it. They were gonna lose, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Steppenwolf showed up. He beats the fuck by himself. No one else really helps. This one, they added scenes where people start helping.
They hit
him.
it. They do like the bong.
Yeah, which is cool. I enjoy that in superhero movies when people all take.
That's
their
the only
turns
reason why Aquaman's there.
to do a bong.
Yeah, like he barely held off him until Superman got there.
But
does
like
he stab Steppenwolf at the end of the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Stabs him,
through the
flings
back,
him, and then Wonder Woman runs and cuts his head.
Yeah.
I was really hoping just the
all
head
that
was gonna fly
all that
through,
was not in the original.
but I was really hoping just that. It would have been so much cooler if just the head rolled
and
through.
or just the head as it closed.
Yeah.
Because them just standing there looking at each other.
it was.
I know
kinda
we're
odd.
jumping, but I'm like, why don't you just go through? Your fucking dark side. Is this a bitch dark side?
Maybe they couldn't go.
Is
through.
this dark
I
side
don't
like,
know.
you know what? I don't want to fight you, even though he can obviously go in there and start kicking their ass.
Maybe they couldn't go through. I don't know. So I don't know. Back to
He's got to do it the
talking about just the
old
movie
school
in
way.
general. The movie in general. I don't like Batman putting together a team.
I think
Batman never, and revealing his identity so much. Batman was so against. Dude, I'm sorry. I've read Batman comics my whole life.
he does
I
it though
love
with the
Batman.
Justice League because, like I said, there's no.
He just met the Justice League. If he ever unmasked, it was years
literally in the New
after.
52, I think, in the Apocalypse War or whatever, when Darkseid comes in that, and that's the origin story and of that. Batman reveals their identities. In the movie, he does it. In multiple movies, in the animated show, he does it. You know, Batman has no fear of showing his identity to the main people that helped him start the Justice League, because those main people are Superman. He doesn't have to worry about. Wonder Woman. He never has to worry about. Flash never has to worry about.
I've just seen Batman through like
Who's gonna
my
go
whole life
figure out
that he wanted to always protect his identity,
but
because more so of Wayne Industries than anything. So he could keep doing Wayne Industries shit and other stuff.
But he
doesn't trust anyone.
But
he trusts Superman.
he
does
actually
not trust Superman.
Yes, he does.
there is again in a Justice League where they build the Justice League, and he does actually. Everyone knows who he is. By the end of the movie, everyone knows who.
But
he
we're
is.
going by cartoon. I'm talking about like through the years and comics.
Yeah, but this
and
is
stuff.
still part of the This is still part of the continuity of all this.
But anyways, Batman's not the type of guy that likes to build a team. It's not his place. I would have felt better with Wonder Woman doing it or with Flash doing it. They saw something, and I feel like Batman should be your final piece, because it's weird that you'd want a human, but you want him for him being his detective or whatever.
Well, I think he's built teams before in movies, but he's never said we're building a team. He just starts working with people, and he's like, we need to take care of blah, blah, blah.
Maybe
blah.
I'm not saying so much movies. I'm saying just in general in comics. Like half the time he doesn't want a fucking psychic. He just wants to be alone, and he does his darkness thing, which was weird because Aquaman's like, I just want to be left alone. I'm like, you're not fucking Hulk, bro. I hate his bro Hulk shit too. It's like, I couldn't stand Aquaman. I like Jason Momoa, but I feel like he's being Jason Momoa. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
Is his eyes? His eyes aren't really blue, because I remember watching Game of Thrones. Those had to be contacts.
Yeah, I would assume that they are contacts
because they're trying to make him blonde and blue, kind of like the comic or whatever. But
it just looks weird. Looks out of place a little bit.
His
What are you counting over there?
I'm just looking. So it looks like Wonder Woman, the Flash, Wally West's version of the Flash, Green Lantern, what is it? Superman, and that looks to be all of the in-canon ones that know his identity out of the Justice League. So that's everybody but Aquaman and Cyborg.
Martian Manhunter?
Currently in continuity.
in the comics.
Yes.
That's a little ass list for the comics.
I told you that he's no issue with teaching the main Justice League. Even in the anime show, it's only the
he's
main
in
people.
issue like 600 and something right now.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I didn't say the whole Justice League knows. I said the main core members.
Yeah, the people in
Of course
this movie
Superman knows his
besides-
identity. Of course Wonder Woman knows his identity.
I mean, you have to
Aquaman's
remember,
just
Superman tries to hide his identity most of the time, too.
Yeah, but Batman knows who Superman is.
Well,
Superman
Batman found out a long time ago.
But so Superman can't too. He can see through his Batman's mask. He's done it multiple times.
Yeah,
When they meet each other, he's like Clark
I thought
Kent.
they've gone over that he
Superman.
makes Batman's has lead laced through his suit because of Superman. It's kind of like the whole reason why Doctor Doom, Iron Man have demagnetized
Your Batman's
metal.
way more
Well,
paranoid
so
than mine is.
It also depends what version, what era, what canon of Batman. Because like, there's plenty of Batmans where he doesn't have that. Then their first interaction, yes, Superman and Batman is like, "Hey, Clark." He's like, "Bruce Wayne, how's it going?" He's like,
They know each
okay,
other.
cool. You can see through my mask. All right."
Also, I actually liked the line from the last movie or the
Do you
original
bleed?
where he's like, "Do you like?" He says it like very evil. And I one thing I do like, I like Superman being pure, wholesome, and just hope because that's Superman. So I didn't like him snapping necks and all that shit. But if Superman's evil, I don't mind a evil Superman. If he's already fucked up in the head. So when he grabbed Batman in the original and tweaks his head kind of like Michael Myers and shit, and he's like, "Do you bleed?" I was like, "Oh my snap." Like, I felt like I was behind him like, that's fucked up.
Oh, I thought
And
you were eating like a celery snicker right as it happens. You just snap it.
snap into a Slim Jim, bro.
Brother.
And they cut all that out. Remember, Batman gets like knocked to the ground, and he's like kind of rolling like a turtle to get up.
That's also what I told
They
you. It's just
cut
like, he
the-
like runs over there, and they cut the scene when he first gets over there. He's like,
Because yeah, he
in this one he just gets there. and He's like, okay, soldier guys, let's
yeah,
you guys
and
better
he
back there.
shows up with Amy Adams, I believe, or Lois.
Oh,
Like,
and that scene with Cyborg where he hits the truck.
Mhm.
That's not in the first movie, but it's in the trailers.
that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like how. I mean, we're jumping everywhere.
We
Jumping
are.
fucking.
There's no
everywhere.
continuity in this episode, just like the Snyderverse.
Yes, it was. Oh, it was all over. There's so many things that were all over the place.
No, I think it was a pretty straightforward storyline.
Nah, some things were just kind of all over the place.
I didn't kind of walk away and be like, oh, that doesn't make any sense.
dude,
to me.
I
be
just
honest-
didn't understand
to be
certain
honest-
events why they did
to be
the
honest,
way they did.
It's an okay movie to me.
Yeah.
It was for me. It was a 5 out of 10 for me.
I give it a 6, 6.5.
I would have gave it a 6 if they got rid of the slow mos.
I think it was a little too much.
And I would say maybe
and they
not,
changed the soundtrack.
and not make it 4 hours long.
Also, this is just like a small complaint, but when Batman first showed up, why was that scene like hella long of him? You're just like as he's standing there up on like
When he's on the ledge.
when he first dresses up as Batman and he's on the ledge with the bat signal up in the air. He's waiting. Gordon's
Because
looking
that's
at him.
Batman.
I know, but it takes forever.
They
Batman.
dragged a lot.
They dragged a lot of things.
I
out.
feel like he tried to make it 4 hours.
There's a real possibility, but why? It's not like he makes more money that way.
No, but I think
but
he wanted to be cool and be like, it's 4 hours long.
Yeah,
It's
he
4
wanted to
you know,
make
like,
it
so many
like,
parts.
okay, my cut is so much greater, so much better, so much longer,
Something
so much
you've
more.
never seen before.
Yeah, so much more.
It's 4
I mean,
hours.
could
It's
be.
8
I mean,
chapters.
I can ask him next time I see him.
Again,
That'd be cool.
my
Why?
opinion is
If you ask him why it's got to be such a bad movie, though.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
my opinion is just all based upon watching this movie. I've never seen the other one, so
Like, why
I
can't
at
you
least
make
have a pure
another
opinion on
300?
this. Like legitimate pure opinion. Besides a few videos I've seen comparing the old trailer to the new trailer.
Yeah, that's the
certain
thing about
things like
Lucas.
that.
Lucas literally just watched it. He's not on Facebook.
I
Like how I am.
Yeah, I
I'm not
don't.
on Facebook.
I don't know.
No, I'm
anything
saying,
about
but
this.
he's like
I purposely avoided.
way further than all of us, I think.
Way purposely avoided paying attention to anything related
But
to this.
like you said, look for like good in it, and I said compared to the last one, the editing and the pace is way better. But like I said, it's just too long. That's the only problem with that. Like maybe that helped them fix it, but it's just rearranging certain scenes made sense to me, like meetings and stuff like that. getting Cyborg involved the way they did. It was a little different how they did it. His dad dying was interesting because the other one he didn't die, I believe.
Why did he have to go in there?
He needed to activate it.
He was trying to
Like,
stamp
from
it though, or
inside?
something, right?
He was heating up the core.
He was encoding it
No.
somehow, or
So what he was doing is
He was heating up the core
Heating up
so
the
that they
core.
can find it through the satellite.
Uh-huh.
But he could have just gone outside, closed the door, and pressed it anyways. But either way,
poor
he probably
guy. He
died.
died in Terminator 2 as well.
Yes, he did.
But-
Sorry, I just had a bad case of deja vu. I feel like I had this conversation like 4 months ago because I think this was a scene that was like hinted at like a long time ago.
Because he didn't die in the first one, right?
No.
Original? Because does it ever end with him going back to him?
I don't, dude. Like I said, I watched that movie like.
Oh, do you know what
2018.
we should go to? Is the Mother Box original scene where the army,
That was pretty cool. I like seeing the gods.
the everyone fighting and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a little bit of a CGI mess.
Chad Zeus.
But the close-up parts I think were really cool looking.
Yeah,
Chad Zeus is rough.
Well, he looked so it was weird because he also looked like he could have been Ares.
No,
Dude,
me
the
and
whole
Ernie
time-
both said immediately thought of Hercules.
We thought he
Yeah,
was
Hercules,
like
because he's
yes.
got the
He's got a fucking lion
Yeah.
mane like on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Ares was easy because he's got the battle axe.
He's throwing lightning bolts, so like a fucking larper. He's like lightning bolt. He's just going off on him. But it's that that fight was really good though.
Now, how
Darkseid
come,
getting his ass whipped? I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either, or at least
Like I
getting,
said, at least
like,
the old
fucked
gods
up.
dealt the final blow, and they were probably much stronger back then.
Yeah. Now, what I do find odd is there's a Green Lantern then.
Who was he repping with?
Who?
Because the Atlanteans, like they're Atlanteans.
Atlanteans.
Atlanteans showed up. Amazon's humans. And Green Lantern's like, yo, what up, y'all?
He came with the gods.
He was
I think-
just like another person.
I think in this as they were describing the story, or she was,
Should have
she
brought Alan
stated
Scott.
she stated
that would be awesome.
the Green Lantern was with the gods,
Darkseid just hits him with a piece of wood. Sorry.
which are her relatives actually.
Who?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
He says that in the
What?
movie.
The
Makes reference
gods
to it.
are her ancestors or her
No,
grandfather,
Zeus is her dad.
dad.
Zeus is
We
his
don't. I don't
dad.
think they even revealed that yet in the story,
They-
have they?
Certain
So
certain ones.
so,
yes.
I mean,
Uh,
I've read the comic, but I'm saying in the
in
movie.
this movie, that's like the.
I mean, come on, all the parademons they thought were Batman.
But in this new movie,
Mothman.
Steppenwolf says to her, "Oh, you have the blood of the old gods."
yeah.
Yeah, that could be anybody though.
No.
Fuck you guys.
Well, also
Zeus is the only one going around porking everybody around, right?
plus, isn't it part of the lore? Ares is a big thing with the Amazonians.
Yeah, all the gods are.
Yeah,
So,
all
like,
the
goes
gods
to
are. So
Hephaestus for
the
stuff.
only reason why that is because the gods created them, or they are descendants from the gods.
Not all the Amazons are. She
Yeah, I know.
specifically, like, they've reconned as Hippolyta. had an
Declan was
affair
liking
with
them biceps though in the recut.
Oh, dude. Those
Some of-
women
all right,
were
so some of them-
fucking
oh, yeah, some
in
of
the
those women-
in the original one, they're not as big. I don't think.
That girl holding up the fucking door.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was like, oh, look at that! Thank you for showing.
I was like, crush my head like a watermelon. between your eyes.
Strength.
Good lord,
And then
Sorry,
you got
what?
Wonder
we're gonna
Woman.
get canceled.
I
and
hope
then
so.
and then you got Wonder Woman with stick arms.
Yeah,
Gina Carano still shouldn't play Wonder Woman.
dude,
They were-
I'd still be down. For
No,
Wonder
she's
Woman.
too big. I sent you pictures of Wonder Woman.
If you looked at her when she was in her MMA prime, she'd been perfect, dude.
yeah,
she
she's not
is
in
a
her
little-
MMA prime.
she had like good
A little too thick.
tone. No,
Now
I'm just saying now if she played
now, yeah. I mean, I hate to.
Gina
I'm
Carano
not trying to.
hates black people.
I'm trying not to be that guy, but Gina Carano gained a lot of weight while
I mean,
or while she.
That's
filmed,
not confirmed. I'm not liable for anything I've
while,
said.
while
just to
she
let you guys
filmed
know.
Mandalorian. But you know, hey, she still is a beautiful person
she
with a
just no they
crazy
should've
mind.
just- they should that actress probably didn't want to get any bigger.
I mean, she was good in.
Well, Gal Gadot like worked out for her. They said, and she was like flexing. I remember on Instagram, and everyone's like, "Look, she's beefing up." I'm like, "Where?"
It's probably she's not eating enough.
Where?
Guarantee you she's not eating enough. Whatever.
We'll see. Natalie Portman. They have some faraway shots of her, and she's got some guns on her.
Is she supposed to be
She's gonna
female
be
Thor?
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll
Well,
see.
we're not talking about Marvel. because-
WandaVision, you almost said.
No, I don't know what I was gonna say
Uh,
because Ernie is a Marvel fanboy.
oh
apparently.
my God! I brought up the Cool War part, and you guys are all like,
I only said it
no,
because
that
you
part was
said
cool.
I just didn't like Darkseid getting his ass whooped. Like
Agreed. I said the same thing.
everyone lost their mind over the Mega Beam. I didn't realize the only time he used it was in the water. I thought we are gonna get a cool moment like later on in the movie.
No, I thought we were gonna get a cool moment in the original war.
Well, no, he doesn't have him at that point.
Yeah, I think
That's
they're
proto.
saying that he's like a baby in
He's
that part.
proto Darkseid. His name isn't even Darkseid. I don't know what his name is at that point, but
I don't know.
he has some
It's
other
that-
fucking name.
Whooped ass dragged on by his
Dude,
own
but
fucking
like I don't
flock.
think Darkseid could take arrows like that. He took an arrow to the knee and called it a day.
Stop
And
being
also an axe
stop
to
being
the
an
shoulder.
adventurer, obviously.
They should have aimed for the head.
Yeah, he got the axe there, and I felt that. I felt that. I was like, dude, that's a
That
straight
never crossed my mind.
Thanos look.
All right, so one of the best things about this movie is that they made it rated R, and they made it so that they cut people in half.
See,
and it
that's
was
His
what-
way
name is
more brutal.
Uaxis.
Hey, Waxus. I don't know if I like that.
No,
But see,
Uax.
I don't like that. Lucas liked that. Lucas, because I go, Zack Snyder's like, what? Excuse me? I get to make blood appear now? And I get to cut people apart. So all of a sudden,
And I got to put the. I guess it's late. He put fuck in the movie twice.
yeah. He,
Sorry, guys. If nobody knows what I was doing, I was trying to make sure that this was long enough so I could actually say fuck in it.
even the guy that shoots the cop in the very beginning, Wonder Woman, last time was off screen when he turns around and shoots him. This time they show him in the middle of the street, splatter, the blood goes out, and
All right,
you see blood everywhere in this whole
I'm gonna
fucking
beat
movie.
the fuck out of you, Ernie.
that scene bothered me. That opening scene, because why is the dude just walking towards them when obviously they looks like they walked out with guns immediately? Two white vans roll up.
You were pissed off
six-
that Wonder Woman never ran at him the whole time. She
the
froze and just watched
the
him.
initial dude when she was he was unloading.
Why do you give only 17 seconds to blow up though?
And also
They're
what?
terrorists, man.
No. It doesn't make sense because you're blowing it up anyways. You know you're probably going to die.
Yeah.
Why do you have a timer?
I like that they reshot it to show that she threw it way higher. Like you go watch, we watched that one frame by frame, and it's funny they made it so you could see she threw it hella high in there, like no one got hurt.
I'm not gonna lie,
But
dude.
she's gonna use her fucking
I think
like
at least it was a 4 city blocks or
her armor to blow the dude out of the
Brace
window,
surge.
and all those rocks at the cops and the kids behind her. No debris is gonna hit him.
Well, also eardrums being exploded.
First off, do you understand how explosions work?
No, I don't.
They're not gonna hit the kids because there's no backblast.
Her fucking wristbands don't do explosions. They just.
They
It's a-
cause a sonic blast that launches it forward.
Yeah, but also the pressure,
It depends if it's on-
sound.
if
and
there's-
The sound. The
If there's a left and a
there's
right
pressure
wall
in
to
that
her,
room.
a left
I
and a
doubt
right
that
wall
that
to her.
debris is gonna fling back.
No.
and kill those
It's
kids.
the sound waves and sound
That's
pressure.
not what I was talking about. I'm
'Cause
talking
a
about debris.
grenade-
I never said the
I
sound
know,
waves.
but
I said the debris.
He's talking about the debris.
But it's,
I'm not
it's
gonna
a
lie.
movie, man.
I was critical when I saw her throw it up. I was like, that better be fucking high enough.
That didn't
I
look
was-
like 4 city blocks to me.
No. Well, not really. I mean, she would have had to throw it really high.
4 city blocks is a lot.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the flash forward, the dream sequence,
Let's not
The one
get
at the
there
end?
quite- Wait.
What else do we have to talk about?
Oh, I guess
Oh,
nothing out of a 4-hour freaking
dude.
movie.
I don't hit me with some ideas, brother.
Hit me with your best shot.
There's so many things like it just seemed unnecessary or just ill thought out, unnecessary. Like
So what? Okay, what was weird? I looked at my notes real quick. What was weird was in the beginning. It starts off really cool. I like the idea of Superman screaming or
and
whatever.
the shockwaves flying through.
But
How do they get on the water at
But-
that level?
how are we hearing him really that far away, or is that like a metaphor?
No, that's actually supposed to be everyone's hearing it. That's how drastic his death was.
So
That's how
we actually
bad-
heard it all the way
Yes.
through Gotham and all that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, Gotham's the way more impressive one. I would imagine it would
The
travel
water.
fine in the because
To me, it was a little annoying.
It's not only that, but the sound wave was in the middle of
Seeing Lex
Yeah,
in the
that's
puddle,
what I
like hear it and turn around, I automatically wanted to turn off the movie because I forgot about
Yeah.
Eisenberg.
Yeah.
And
he's like in it for a second though.
yeah, but I was saying when I saw that and how bad the puddle looked,
He's a bad Lex.
and he's a horrible Lex.
John-
He'd be a great Riddler,
Giancarlo Esposito should play Lex Luthor.
but that like hella blew me away.
I'm fine with
So also, what kind of bugged me a little bit. So if we never watched the original one,
yeah.
and Batman just showed up and was like, "I'm looking for this guy that brings fish and blah blah blah." Finally, he's like, these enemies are coming or whatever. Would that fit with us not seeing the original movie, or we'd be just like kind of lost? Like, wait, what villains or what's coming? Or
No,
You
like
think
I
he'd-
s- like I told you,
We're talking about it now on the podcast.
Is you trying to prompt me into this thing?
Sure.
Okay. Next time, don't make me feel like I haven't been listened to. No, I mean all you have to really watch is Batman vs Superman because Lex sees sees Darkseid in that movie. And he sees the box.
Right. So that's why I said it. Okay.
Because you didn't listen to me.
No, it was right. Because I go, it's kind of like watching a Marvel movie where it connects to like a last movie or whatever.
In continuity.
So it is.
Snyder film.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was saying at first, I was thinking, it's kind of weird that he just walks up and says that. And as fans watching it, is it like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about? But okay, that makes sense.
How'd you forget that?
Huh?
How'd you forget that?
He forgot I told him that.
Yeah. I know, but how'd you forget? Have you not seen Batman vs Superman?
Yes, I have.
Then how would you forget that he saw?
Because that movie
Darkseid.
sucked.
It sucked ass.
Yes, it did.
I tried to erase it from my
What's
head.
worse, Justice League or that?
That.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
For sure. This had at least a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
What was up with the creepy Aquaman song with the ladies all singing?
I love the casual. She just sniffs his shirt.
Yeah.
Nobody
What
bats
was
an
that?
eye. Nobody
I
bats
thought
an
she was a
eye.
character. I'm like, oh, she's
No.
gonna turn around and be a villain or something.
No.
I
That
thought
they
it was
snuck in.
like some like human wife that he no.
They did sneak somebody in. I told you about that, right? They're the Adams in the movie.
How?
The Asian dude, right?
Yeah, the Asian
Oh
dude.
yeah.
He seemed very weird and out of place.
But that's why.
Do you know what's
'Cause he's-
do you know what's bad?
He's so
Is this
sure of
bad?
himself too.
Is it bad
Because
that
he's a scientist.
I fast forwarded through any Lois scene?
Yeah, because you almost missed Martian Manhunter.
I but I went back to that because I saw when I was fast forwarding. Well, what the fuck was that? And I rewinded it. Every Lois scene, she was not needed until he came. You're slowing down the movie so much.
I think you can show her at the beginning, get in there once, and then you can show
her
her at the end.
walking up to like every day, dropping off flowers and shit. Her checking her bed.
Yes, I didn't need to see that like 3 times.
I just realized something. I want to make a very pertinent point here.
Hmm.
And this might throw my whole perspective movie off. How the fuck do they not realize what Lois is the key means?
Who said that?
That's
Flash.
what Barry says. That's the Flash says to Batman. That's what Batman says to Wonder Woman. He's like, I heard the Flash. I was standing right here. The Flash was right there. And I heard Lois is the key.
Like, did he not know who Lois was until
And
the
and
end?
Martian Manhunter said the same thing. He's like, she's going to be very important.
But he like when he's walking out, he's like, "We even need you, Lois," or some
Yes.
shit like that. And I'm like, "No, we don't." But I guess Lois to calm him down.
She's
The sun's getting
because that's not why she's the key. Because they say that too. They're like,
the
it
sun's
wasn't-
setting low, big guy.
no. Batman was like, it wasn't to bring Superman to his senses. Lois is the key because if Lois dies, Superman snaps. That's what happens in the future. That's why he's so
When
crazy.
he's holding the crispy body.
Yeah, and that's why
I do like
future.
the
scene.
Injustice-esque
Well,
timeline.
the way the Joker was talking, it sounded like he killed her. Just saying, because the Joker was like, I didn't really register all of what the Joker was saying. I guess because he was talking about like some story. and
He
Batman
was.
like,
It was called fan service.
but
It was
Batman
absurd.
said
And
she
he-
would want me to beat. She'd want me to. she'd
Like
be
I
okay
actually
with
want to
me
go
doing it or
watch her
something
right
like
now again because he didn't even try to play the Joker. They're just like, they're like, just be
I hate
Jared
that
Leto.
laugh,
It's cool.
dude.
Just
That
do the dumb
laugh
laugh at the
sucks.
end
That laugh sucks.
because he's just talking like this and da da da. I'm like, you're not even trying.
no, he cuts like different accents too, dude. Like does a southern accent.
Yeah,
at some point.
it's all pretty bad.
weird.
Like that scene, did they bring him? Was that who they were meeting? Because
No.
Deathstroke
He
brought
was
up.
just there.
Deathstroke
No,
was like,
he's
no,
with
why?
them.
Like,
Oh, he was with them.
He's
Yeah.
with them
Deathstroke was like, why do you bring him? Are you like, or do you think
because
this
I
was a
fucking
mistake?
can because I'm the fucking Batman now and I fucking cuss.
I want to give props to the person who designed the costume, though. It's kind of sick that the Joker has this like SWAT vest on with a bunch of these like sheriff stars all over it
Of the people he
of all the
killed.
cops he like murked in the apocalypse.
I guess. Oh,
Oh my god!
And
you can't even appreciate the fucking costume designer because you hate him so much.
I do.
Someone
like
put
that.
hard
That was
work
good.
into that costume.
dude,
that
Deathstroke
wasn't
looked
any
pretty-
to be
related.
honest,
wasn't
Batman,
related to Jared
dude,
Leto.
I'll be
in
real
any
with you.
way.
This Batman suit was way better.
Yeah.
The other
I
one,
didn't
he
mind
looked
the
like a
goggles,
linebacker.
But I don't mind the goggles too.
I
The
like-
goggles, I don't know. Did he really need him to drive? Was he worried about bugs hitting him?
No, maybe
Parademons?
it's
Like a HUD.
like a HUD, so he can actually see what's going on. Because I mean,
HUD stands for heads up display. Aaron.
because
Is it?
yeah.
how much visibility do you think he has in the Batmobile?
Uh-huh.
Because it looked like he was on the left side of that freaking Bat Tank thing.
That thing
which
looks
means
like the
that-
thing from
My man.
That looks like the one from Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
It's like
I love
super.
the Arkham Knight one.
Also, when he's like, and this might be a little bit future, when Batman's like all those guys tied up and he's on top of the tank. That's a tank from
Arkham when they looking for you?
no Darkest Night, the weird bat tank. Not Darkest, Night. No, oh my god.
Arkham Knight. The game, right?
No, it's the other tank. Later in the movie, there's like a scene, like at the end of the movie, there's a scene where
I
you
don't
see
know.
Batman standing on top of a tank. That tank's from, oh my god, the Alan Moore run. Fuck.
Oh, Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, when he's fighting all the mutants, you remember that
Oh.
big fucking tank, that weird with like the weird bat ears and the guns on its like face. He's on that. It's like the shot for shot. It's the same exact one. It looks cool.
For the guy that gets award for most out of place, I wrote William Dafoe or Tommy Wiseau, whatever you want to call
Willem
him.
Dafoe's in the Aquaman movie.
He just seems so out of place in this movie. I don't know. It was weird. But see, that's the thing that they kind of got a cool do over is because Aquaman came out now, so they got to add more of that. Amber Heard, she's gone because Johnny Depp beating. But
No, she's back.
no, they said she's gone.
They brought her back, I thought.
Nope.
I thought I heard they
No.
brought her back.
No,
I think
I'm pretty
last-
certain unless it was like the last couple, like last week.
And dude, and it's just like you said, the slow mo. Like it makes me think of again with Aquaman, where he's like taking off his shirt for the ladies, walking slow, and
Hold
he
on.
goes to the water.
Hold on.
and it's-
That makes no sense because why?
And some of the fellas, okay?
yeah, sure.
Okay, hold on.
We're more an inclusive podcast now. Right?
Why he saves a man, has his shirt on, right? Is on the boat, staring at him. Then when he jumps back in the water, he takes his shirt off.
I don't know.
Like,
When he's walking on the dock, though, I kind of felt like that's why that's my secret cap. I'm always
Dude,
angry.
it was
and he's
so-
walking,
it
he's
was
taking his
the-
shirt off.
it was
and
a
in slow
depressing
motion
scene.
and stuff like that.
is she back?
Heard was not fired from Captain America or whatever Aquaman 2 weeks ago.
Captain America.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. We'll figure out if it's future because I don't know.
Yeah,
More like Captain Oceania, baby.
but it was a depressing scene out of nowhere too. Him
What?
just drinking slow, sad music.
Also,
Why is
why
he
did he
so
throw? Why did he
sad?
throw the bottle in the ocean?
Why?
What the fuck?
That's the ultimate. To me, as a huge Aquaman fan, that's the thing that breaks the character for me. Aquaman would never throw an empty bottle of Jack Daniels in the ocean.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't do it.
Oh, so much.
Cyborg's armor.
We were talking about that.
It was
Bots.
too skeletal.
He said it looked like a Terminator. Me and you said
Like
it looked
skeleton
like Iron Man.
Terminator thing. Like
It-
when he was
it
flying
didn't
around
look-
and stuff,
it
I
didn't-
agree with you.
It didn't look sleek, but then it looked too sleek. It looked too slippery.
He did look like
It
a
looked
monster.
way too futuristic.
Too
me.
monsterish.
I like the kind of bulky, more like.
I want him to look like how he looks like. I hate to say
Titans.
it. Like, no, not. I mean, but I'm thinking of like when he first appeared in the Teen Titans.
Oh, you
where-
mean like what? It's just like just silver.
And why do you keep throwing the mask on? What the fuck does that do for him?
That's what I was thinking. That's
Maybe
what I
it's
said.
a
That's
HUD.
what he makes it
Well,
look like
no, it
Iron Man.
doesn't-
That's like a fucking Iron Man thing. Iron Man put the fucking mask on before he flies away.
Because other than that, I think the actor was okay. He didn't blow me away.
You were the guy.
you know
were
what?
shitting on him though, weren't you?
I don't like him outside where he's like crying about everything and
Yeah.
mad at Snyder and mad
That they
at
killed his
this.
dad
and-
in the movie.
So I think part of that is actually mainly for his human face to actually be able to perceive going that fast. So
They
he's
made
not
him like
fuck
crazy.
dude. Just
they made him crazy.
sound barrier.
They made him
Declan was-
crazy, like story driven.
Declan was telling me earlier that he liked the jets coming out of his body. He did look pretty cool doing that.
I like the way the jets. I like how he kind of can hover.
Yeah,
You're talking about when he's outside, like doing it, like laying on his body.
just in general
But
flying.
it's not like Iron Man where he has to like put his hands on and shit like that. It's like. they
Well, he's
just
like
kind
laying
of-
on his belly,
but he
doesn't he
can,
do it
like-
for a second?
Yeah, but he can like.
They
pivot.
cut out
He,
that
like,
scene where he tells
hovers,
it to his
basically.
dad, where he's like, "I woke up today and I could do this," and he's like floating like Iron Man. They got rid of that scene.
Oh, that would have been a cool scene because
That
whoa.
scene was actually pretty deep, where they're arguing kind of, and he's like, "Just listen to this tape."
Also,
they cut out that scene.
I give the mother box a lot of credit because it's the mother box, and even in continuity, it's like the most advanced piece of technology ever existed in the DC universe. How the fuck does it know how to put back together a tape recorder?
I don't know, but I was glad that.
And like,
in
it's
this-
not like they're putting the technology back. It's like it fuses the plastic back together. That's not part of the tech. That's part of the.
It's part. What did Cyborg say? The master controls it, so he wanted it to be rebuilt. So he rebuilt it in whatever. It helped him rebuild it in the image that he already knew it as.
I liked.
That's
that-
why. Again, that's
It's
why
still,
Superman.
like, such
why
a weird
That's why
fucking-
Superman came back. Not with like probably a fucked up thing here. His
That's
cells
that's what we're
regenerate
getting
just what
to.
it is.
But it's not like they had to put. It's not like
Before
he
the-
broke apart. You get that right?
What?
It's not like Superman broke
Why?
apart.
No.
Before the
So,
nightmare part,
like-
I wanted to get to the reviving Superman, but real quick.
Black suit.
I liked it.
Real quick.
No, we want to talk about black suit.
What?
What?
Just like I heard blackface and I was like, that's horrible.
That is.
Why,
why
why
would
are
you
you
think
saying
That's
that
what I
blackface
heard.
when we said black suit? You racist.
I'm
prick.
glad they showed this the journey of the mother box in flashbacks. Because in the other one, I told you that I was trying to tell Lucas in the first one, they kind of explain it real fast, and you really don't really. You're like, what the fuck? How do they end up getting it or whatever? This one kind of shows, we get an Under Armour shot on the jacket for him to show,
Oh god, I forgot about product placement.
Oh, the Gillette one.
Gillette.
He's like shaving. He's like cleaning.
The Mercedes, dude.
The Mercedes.
That's cars though. Every
No,
car.
but they
No.
like
Dude, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I know.
See, no, I don't want to hear it. Every car in a Marvel movie,
Lucas. Let him hear it.
every car in a Marvel movie is an Audi car, and you can
Correct.
always see it for like the whole shot. So I don't want to
Okay,
hear about
so
car product.
They did
placements.
it too in this one.
Yes,
So what?
but the difference.
But if you're not gonna complain about it in that,
But we're
No,
just
no.
we were laughing at how like they show it and they show like the whole interior, like a nice little shot of it.
like
is a nice car,
like
though.
it's just
I mean,
how
of
they
course it's
did it.
Mercedes,
They
but what would Bruce Wayne own?
probably
Mercedes.
McLaren, probably
He likes
a
black
Ferrari,
ones.
like in the other Dark Knight series. He probably would own something like that.
Does
he
it
always
come in black?
he always owns
a Bugatti.
like he
No,
would
it's a
probably
Joker
own a
thing.
Bugatti, not
Nope.
probably Mercedes, but
Yeah,
remember
don't
that?
bring that up.
yeah.
I do always bring up product placement. Even when, if I was here for the new Marvel movies, I would, because I hate product placement. I think it's all absurd. That
About
one was
how,
pretty
like,
bad.
That's how you gotta
guys-
make money.
Bad guys in Disney movies can't have.
Is that
Apple
for real?
devices. That's
Is that
for
for
real?
real?
That's for
Can't
real.
have what?
So this movie, spoiler wording for the movie Knives Out. For anybody who hasn't seen it, basically really early.
Such a good movie.
Basically, really early in, Chris Evans is revealed to sort of be the killer. But Chris Evans is also the only character in the entire movie that doesn't have an Apple device. So it reveals the twist before it happens. If you know the fact that if you watch any Disney movie or any like major movie that either Apple, and sometimes it goes vice versa, right? But any movie that somebody's using Apple products in, you'll always notice who's the bad guy because he's the only one that'll have like some fake Android or some shit, right? So just keep an eye out for that next time.
That does make sense, because like just in general,
So-
movies in general, they do. Shit
I don't
like
know.
that.
Loki's a
In-
bad guy. He'd rock an iPhone, right?
He has a
People would
two-way
buy
pager.
People would buy the Loki iPhone, right? He's not a drug dealer.
Yeah, a two-way
You want to buy some
pager.
cosmic cubes?
That was like the first texting thing.
two-way
Was it a
pager?
good idea for the heroes to come together and go, let's resurrect Superman?
No.
God, no.
Batman is a little bit. My worst characteristic of Batman this was just too much faith.
Batman wasn't
I was
Batman in this
only
movie.
okay with him being like Faith Alfred because it was Superman.
At least I
And
don't.
usually
I don't-
that's kind of where Batman has to put a little faith in. That's kind of the aspect of him versus
That
Superman.
was really dumb too. Where he's like, "Are you sure it's gonna work, son?" And he's like, "Faith, Alfred." I'm like, "What? Batman, you're depressed."
Batman be
Yeah.
like, it will.
But
yeah, exactly.
Or
yeah.
he'll be like, it will, or we all die.
he's like, he's not like Flash is like, he's faced a lot of bunch of gods and stuff. He's never faced all of us. Holy shit, Cap! Like, where did you come from? Like, it was not Batman to me. But like
I
I
liked
said,
also how they went like, oh, why haven't they invaded earlier? And,
and
like,
that they're like Superman,
Superman.
and that makes sense. That's a cool idea because that's kind of like back to Marvel. Why they said why didn't Thanos ever come? It was because Odin was around still, Hela was around still, Surtur was around. They had to wait till Ego and all them were gone. So that's a really cool idea, I think, to do that. But yeah, I wouldn't fuck with Rising the Dead of Superman.
Galactus is just nowadays. Galactus is just banging around the universe too, right?
Yeah, I don't know how he's banging, but yeah.
He's just running around, just
But,
bashing into opponents.
Well, and I mean, they do show a small glimpse on why that's bad. He whoops the shit out of fucking all of them.
But I don't know if the original had it where
what if Batman? I mean,
because Batman starts arguing with Wonder Woman, but they cut it out
about
where he's like, oh, like Steve Trevor, and she shoves him and gets hella mad at him. That wasn't, I don't believe in the new one, was it?
no. Also in this movie,
And then that's when Cyborg says, while you were being an ass or talking or whatever, I did the calculations. It could work or whatever. I kind of like that because it started having tension within all these people.
there was a scene where Wonder Woman's like, I too lost love once, and I thought in my head, I thought you lost love twice because didn't he come back in the 80s for a while and then he had to die again?
Ooh, busted.
Like, wait a minute. And like you almost ended the whole world, and like
You should have
it
wished
was
for
almost a
Darkseid
nuclear
never be around.
holocaust, and like what the
But
fuck,
so-
Wonder Woman?
So they decided to go with the mother box thing,
Somebody elected Pedro Pascal as president.
and they the Mando, and they decided to
Presidento.
let the box drop. And it's funny, I was telling Lucas in the original one, he explains it to Flash. He's like, I need you to run, and at the exact moment it hits, you have to touch it. And he's like, cool. Boom, it happens. Superman comes up, la-di-da, we get Superman. This one was like, all right, go. And as he's counting, he starts getting horrible flashes, and Cyborg's panicking because he's seeing the mother box is like showing him stuff, or
Like what's going to happen.
Premonition.
and I'm like, oh shit, this is the nightmare scene. This is what I
no,
waited for
nope.
for this whole fucking movie is the nightmare scene.
Didn't fucking get it.
And that would have been a perfect part to have it click away and us go to the nightmare world and then snap back to Cyborg. I think that'd be
To
great.
reality?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mon
there goes
spaghetti
gravity.
and stuff. And
Yeah, all that kind of good stuff.
that would have been amazing because it would have took us to a part where what could happen and oh fuck, did we fuck up because Superman's back. But anyways, we didn't. And then so Flash runs, and now they never told him the whole you have to touch exactly. So he doesn't know. All he knows is he has to touch it, not right when it hits or whatever. I don't know how Flash knows that he has to reverse time a little bit to pull it up. How does he do it? I have no idea. I don't understand how he did that.
He runs faster than time.
He sped back half a second.
So he runs
The
backwards
second?
for a second?
No time. You perceive time. Okay. As I'm
It
no,
already
I'm
went
no
down.
physics major or nothing. I want to put
I'm
that
no
out there.
brainiac.
What I'm supposed to be some kind of brainiac?
We miss you,
But-
Jontron.
Yes, we do. But as you travel faster, your time is relative, right? You've heard that before. As you
But then,
travel
then
faster,
why
your
doesn't it
perception of
reverse
time
and just
changes.
go up, period?
Because you know why? You want to know the secret? Absolute, and this will solve all your problems and all the continuity issues.
Flex it.
Yes. No. Because he's a comic book character. And because the Speed Force isn't real, and because the concept of time travel
I
doesn't
don't want to
exist.
hear that shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it made no sense for it to pop
It
back
doesn't
up
make any
and then
sense.
go back in and dip, and then he touched it.
It was very odd.
Because they didn't explain why he did that or whatever.
He talks about how time gets weird as he travels that speed. He mentions that. He's like, I can't break this rule, but I'll break it this once.
So anyways, he touches it. It breaks up. Everyone gets up there besides Batman because, like Lucas said, they made Batman superhuman in this. Not superhuman. Superhuman. Because he's like, I'll be up there in a second. And he has to crawl up there. And
I could just see him.
the Superman fight.
Dude, there's a stair scene where they all have to walk upstairs at like a normal pace.
Yeah, it's weird that they.
It's so weird.
Like I told everyone, if someone had to take a shit in this movie, they would record it in slow
Also,
motion.
this movie would have been way easier if Wonder Woman could just straight up fly.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying they had a slow-mo scene of them walking upstairs?
There's a scene of them walking in the original,
original?
right?
No, in this
No, in
version,
this one, yeah.
It's not a slow motion.
It's not slow motion.
It's just while
There's,
they're
They're
walking
just a.
there's no point in showing
just
them
walking
going
up.
to point A to point B.
It's
when
like
we could
me,
just-
you, and
no.
Ernie walking up a flight of stairs.
No, yeah, it was.
unless there's
Well, it's
dialogue
like me and
in
you
between.
walking up a flight of stairs because
Yeah.
Ernie's not walking up any flights of
No.
stairs.
He's not walking anywhere.
Ooh, he's flying because he's
Couch,
Superman.
bathroom, bed.
I'll take you to bed.
Take you to church.
So Superman comes, he fights them, but I think they kept majority of everything in there besides Batman getting his ass whooped.
and the close-up shots.
The close-up shots are cut. What Lucas was saying he liked was how when Batman he sees Batman, he's like, "This motherfucker."
Yeah, I love that scene where he's like,
Was that in the
and
original? I don't think that was in the
think it
original.
but each person's going after him, and he's like, no.
Yeah,
no,
he's like,
no.
and that's one thing that I like
Throws
because they
Flash into
show
Aquaman.
they
Wonder Woman hops down, he
show
just
how
smacks
human Batman is when all the superheroes like, fuck, we gotta protect the human. Like,
Batman just,
No, it's not about God. We
I-
have to protect the human. That's fucking Superman.
it's just funny that
He could
Batman,
tear any of us
to be
apart.
real in a real
Like the
life.
Flash scene's great, where like Flash is running behind him in his eyes.
I just hate Flash's face. He looks so dumb.
yeah, he does.
he looks.
But that you would be surprised, right?
Yeah,
if you
but
moved
I-
that
but
fast
I-
and you met if you moved that
I
fast,
know.
and you met somebody that could track you with their eyes, that would freak you out.
I know,
'Cause
but
no one's able to
His
do
face was just like
Well,
all,
yeah, because
all
Ezra
dumb
Miller's
looking.
got a weird job.
He's a good actor, but he just looked bad.
I don't know him in anything else besides this.
No, well,
Give
Perks
me
of a
Wally West
Wallflower.
or
There's
give me
one about him
death.
being a shooter. He's a good.
Give me Wally West
He's a
or
good-
give me death.
I do like when Superman is fighting him. It's just he's like, oh shit.
But Flash is
Just
ducking
backing
him
up.
out and stuff.
Yeah, but
like,
Superman is just like instantaneously just like, all right, motherfucker.
but overall, like it's the same scene basically. But yeah, we got a little bit of that extra But see, in all actuality, Batman looking at him, Batman should just started running. But that would look really bad if they just had.
I would love if Batman was like pointing at himself, like
me. Look behind himself. I don't see anyone else over here. And then Lois came, and then it gets boring and slow again. Then they're like, you know what? They forgot all about raising Superman out of the grave. They're like, here's what we're gonna do, and they start making a plan. I'm like, did they just forget about Superman? And
well,
that's
he
when
just fucked off.
That's when Batman's like, I have faith. He'll be there.
I also like how they weren't worried about the mother box, the thing that's going to cause a giant godlike creature to come down to Earth.
I just think it's funny. Just back to the, I'm in my bat suit right now. Then he's like, hey guys, so what we need to do? And it's like right in the same room, and I'm like, why are you changing your voice?
It's a persona.
I would like it better if he was like, sorry, bad habit or something. But we can't have jokes in this movie.
Actually, I think it'd be funnier if when he was Bruce Wayne, if he just kept doing the Batman voice.
Yeah.
Because that's him, right? Like, so instead of it becoming he's putting the voice on,
and Flash being like,
Bruce Wayne on.
Whoa, what are you trying? What was that all about?
It's bat signal.
That's the bat signal. They cut out the scene when he walks in the Batcave and he goes flies everywhere.
No brunch scene either.
And then he comes out. He's like, it's like a bat cave. Like they got rid of that part.
You remember the brunch scene?
Sucks.
What even is brunch?
It's gotta suck for Ezra Miller because
they cut him out.
They gave him all the jokes to lighten it up, I guess, and a lot of them are really bad. But it just sucks for the actor to be like, "Fuck, dude, they got rid of all my scenes." Because, like I said, he took a back.
How long do you think it's gonna take before somebody edits time in a bottle over all the Flash scenes?
No, it's not as cool.
People, I've seen here's Quicksilver's scene from Days of Future Past, what is it, Phoenix Saga? What's happening?
Someone put on a bomb. I don't know.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I was like just on YouTube, and the algorithm sent me a thing that was like the Quicksilver scene from Dark Phoenix. Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse. And they just edited time and bottle over that. I'm like, what's the fucking point? Like, I don't know. People have done it. People always take trailers.
I don't.
Music.
It doesn't look as good.
Do you ever remember when it was like Battlefield 1 and can't remember which Call of Duty game came out at the same time.
I think it was Black Ops 3.
And somebody switched the music on those trailers, and it made both the trailers better. And it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I think there was a Call of Duty that I think just had a horrible. I don't remember actually what game.
Well, the Battlefield 1.
We're not talking COD, okay?
Had the Seven Nation Army, the glitch.
Ooh, the glitch mob version.
That's what it was.
They used it on G.I. Joe Retaliation.
That song's got a fat ass bass line.
Huh?
Lois comes, saves the day, brings back Superman from the dark. Yeah, I know. I just fucked your head right there.
So they fight him, and then out of nowhere, I guess it could have been a cool moment where, I hated the original one where he blew cold air on the axe. So
he did it.
He did it again.
Yeah, he did it again.
It's not the same. It wasn't filmed the same way.
It was probably a different effect. It probably looked better. I don't know.
What did he do in the original?
On the original, he's like from the other side of him, and he shoots it. This one, I believe, he's straight like in front of it.
I love that. Like that, Superman doesn't catch the blade; he just lets it clonk on his shoulder when he swings the axe.
Yeah, because the infight I feel like could have been a little more better, just a little more epic for a movie that we've already seen.
Now that was epic
for a movie we've seen. So we get that, and to be honest with you, I thought the original ending should have been the ending. I liked where you see everybody's kind of like Flash sees his dad and goes, "Check it out, I'm in school" or whatever.
They did that in the Snyder Cut.
Right, but they should have ended it, and that's it.
No.
You're not talking.
I told you that. I assume the Martian Manhunter scene.
That would have been a decent end credit scene, but it wasn't necessary.
That's what I'm saying. Is they had a bunch of these. They probably just had a bunch of different end credit scenes shot to be like, we'll just pick whichever one we want to show at the end.
I don't like that guy as Martian. He's too old, and Martian looks gross.
Is it because he's
green?
Green?
No.
Do you hate aliens?
Are you like literally racist?
Make a.
Are you xenophobic?
If you want to keep it like that, let's get
Do we have to burn all the heretics?
What's Finn? Finn? Let's get Finn in there as Martian.
Finn?
If you want to act like that, I'll take him as Martian.
What?
Oh no, you're saying like a black guy. That's
no,
why I'm acting like that.
No. I'm saying that you're racist against an alien
because
he's
technically xenophobic.
Yeah, you're xenophobic.
Whatever.
Because you don't like the way he looks.
I don't like the actor. Yeah, and I don't. His
Oh,
look was pretty
you don't
bad.
like the actor either?
I don't like the actor playing him. Really, he's too old for Martian. I feel like.
Marshman could change his
Do you know who'd be really good?
literally anybody because he can be anybody.
But I'm talking about actor. You know who'd be really good is God damn, I don't know his name. The keeper at John Wick.
Yeah.
His voice would be so cool as Martian, dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that scene wasn't needed. It was forced. But then we get the nightmare scene. And holy shit.
Can I just say the Mohawk was awful?
The nightmare comes up out of nowhere, and I'm sitting here going, I thought the movie was over. We already got our happy ending. Why are we in this? And it's like epilogue. And I'm just like, oh, come on, dude.
Oh,
So,
dude, I was kind of pissed when I saw that.
I was like, what the fuck
I'm
is
not
this
gonna lie.
bullshit?
I tricked you.
So you made me watch this whole
There's
motherfucking
5
movie.
parts.
Watch this whole fucking movie to see this scene. Because this is what I wanted to see.
Yeah. I was gonna tell you it was at the end of the movie, but I didn't want to tell you because I knew
so
you were.
bad.
If I did that, you were just gonna skip through that.
Batman looks all right. I think like survival Batman's cool looking.
Hold on. Why is he still wearing the suit though?
He's not. He's wearing a cowl
Why?
because he's Batman.
Wait,
Cause
fuck
in-
you guys
cause
about
in
the
the-
identity.
'cause
Fuck you guys.
In the apocalypse, where Batman no longer needs to be Bruce Wayne, he just won't be.
I feel like
Fuck
this,
you
I feel like
guys.
it's just something that blocks you.
I
Like,
think
I don't think it's necessary.
I think you're taking this comic book movie a little literally here, man.
I take
Fuck
a lot
you
of
guys
things literal.
because you guys are like, oh,
but it's just like you gotta have a suspension of disbelief.
You guys said his identity didn't matter.
I don't think I ever said that.
No, I'm not talking about the mask being part of the identity, a big part of like him hiding his secret identity. I think it's just that is him. Like without the mask.
And he has to talk like this in the fucking apocalypse.
Yes.
So,
Because
anyways,
he's
we
always
see.
been revenge.
So, we don't see Superman in that flashback?
Yes, we do.
We see. Well, we do later, but Superman with the crusty bones. That's what Cyborg sees, right?
Oh, you're talking about in the ship
No, when Cyborg
that
is
has the vision.
yeah,
Yeah, when they're
that's
in the
when
ship,
he
yeah.
sees
Superman
Superman
holding
with the crusty.
probably Lois Lane.
So that's when we should have got the. Why are you
That one,
laughing so
yeah.
much at the crusty?
Because it sounds like an STD, like the clap.
The clap.
Vitamins.
So that would have fit perfect in that
It
scene.
would have been.
And then we see that. Oh fuck! There's another ending. Let me not even go there yet. We get to see Lex Luthor, who it's gonna be like.
Fucking
They already, but that scene was already out.
Yeah, that scene.
That was a.
That was the last end credit scene.
See, I didn't watch end credits.
I didn't
when
watch
first
that
watched
either.
it.
I still hate him as. I hate Lex Luthor.
I don't care for the guy who plays Deathstroke either. Plus, when you give him a mohawk, he looks stupid. I hate it.
He's a really good actor. I just don't want to play him.
Christoph Waltz.
But he
Rogue.
he was just
I
like
just want to make Christoph Waltz everybody.
it's
now.
personal. I'm like, oh god.
Is it some kind of eye
Oh,
for an
change
eye
that.
thing?
Like that? What a horrible. Oh my! It was a bad thing. So we got like 4.
Lex does that,
It
dude.
made me think of Lord of the Rings, the last one where I kept
hate
thinking it
Lord
was
of the
over. I
Rings.
dude, and I kept thinking it was over, and then it
Wait,
kept
say it.
more.
Say it into the mic clearly that you hate
I hate
the Lord of the Rings. Movie.
Lord of the Rings. Not one of them I like.
Not a moment in the movie you like.
That's how I feel. I don't. I like that.
Really? Like
I like the actors in it, but I don't like
Do you
the.
like our future Magneto?
Let's hope so. Vigo.
Vigo.
I think Vigo's great. I think Carl Urban's in it, dude. That's my
Cat
boy.
Britain, Sean
Fucking
Bean.
diabolical.
Cat Britain, Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. A lot of great actors in that.
You just
But
make Sean Bean Cat Britain, and you kill him. It'll be great.
I just don't like my boy Billy Butcher's. Only was able to be what executioner. And
Yeah.
he needed a better role. People now
He's
want him to be
Dredd.
Wolverine. He's badass as Dredd. Too.
He's great as Dredd, and he
fucking
might come back because it's a
diabolical.
Mega City TV show.
That's cool.
So he says he's a willing. If they
talking
give him the
about
call, he's
what,
willing to come
Dredd?
back at any moment.
Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
What?
Not the Sly Stallone version, the 2015
He's talking about
Dredd.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Wow,
Dude, it's
dude.
my homie from
That's
from The Boys.
Can I pitch?
Yeah,
plays
I
him.
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Can I pitch this video now? This video idea?
Real quick because we
Real
gotta
quick?
finish up the ending scenes. We
We
really
should
toppled
do a
on her.
video where, like, at least 2 of us or 1 of us
Are naked.
have seen a movie and the other one hasn't,
Yeah.
because that movie's great.
What movie?
Judge Dredd? No, just Dredd. I mean,
We can watch Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd's awesome.
no, it's not.
I'm low.
You know, Gucci made that fucking suit.
Gucci?
That's a Gucci suit.
You know what? Yeah. All right.
Sylvester
I'm
Stallone's
actually-
walking
that's-
around
for whatever
in a
reason,
Gucci
that doesn't
drug,
bother me.
Judge Dredd costume.
That does not
That-
bother me
that-
because of how
Oh no,
obnoxious the
sorry.
suit is.
I think it's Louis Vuitton, maybe.
Louis Vuitton makes more sense.
might
You're
be
talking about in the
Louis Vuitton.
90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Louis Vuitton's more of a thing.
That doesn't bother me.
Anyways, to wrap it up, back to the nightmare. Joker's scene
The
was
movie or the scene?
Oh, doing it all the time, I feel like fucking regular show. Whoa. But anyways, yeah.
And a bunch of baby ducks, and we send them to the. Sorry, that show's fucking great.
That show,
regular show
was
just
good.
speaks to me.
The first episode, they play rock paper scissors over a chair, and the chair gets sucked into another dimension.
I know it's fucking nuts.
They tie 100 times.
They called me Skips.
quartz. Quartz pots and cheers.
They used to call me Walks.
walks. I was thinking about that today too. I was at work, and I was like, they call me Walks because some guy ran in front of the store skipping today.
That's weird. The nightmare thing, Joker's whole thing was a letdown. It was a fan service.
He didn't say we live in a society.
I know. Fuck everybody. Fuck
I
you.
forgot about that.
He didn't say it. Said
Joker
in the trailer.
was such a bait fucking bullshit. He just rambles and like I don't know if Declan didn't hear it or we heard it wrong, but it does sound like Deathstroke asked. A Mohawk Deathstroke at that, which looks horrible, says, "Why you bring on Batman?" And Batman's like, I don't know.
I actually don't remember what they said.
Batman
I
mumbles
don't
some
remember
shit.
so
we
much
see,
of that last
We
scene.
see Mira come out, and she's like, "Let me at him, because
Let me at him.
they killed my man." So we're like, "Cool, they killed Aquaman."
She really is the Scrappy Doo of the
Flash
this DC
has-
universe.
She has to try it. Flash
Has
looks
a
like they
different suit.
CGI'd Ezra's face into it because it looks like he doesn't do
He's
anything.
got a weird helmet.
Yeah.
The suit's not bad. It's
pretty
just
bad.
weird.
Cyborg, for whatever reason, has a Gatling gun on his shoulder.
I was like, War Machine, is that you?
Don Cheadle again?
And then who else do we know that died?
Dude, what if they recast Cyborg as Don
Why
Cheadle?
wasn't Martian Manhunter there? I was kind of confused by that.
Because he's dead.
They threw him in water. Probably.
Why?
No, he doesn't like fire.
Oh, it's fire.
It's
Yes.
fire.
Never
He
mind.
loves Oreos, so.
To a point where it's like a crippling weakness.
But
of him,
wait,
like
there's
it's
one
an
more person that
addiction.
they made that. Oh, Wonder Woman died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They've got the gold coins in her eyes. You know why she has that?
Because it's
You
to
gotta pay
your
the-
toll to
yeah, you gotta
get
pay the
to
toll
this
to-
boy's hole.
You gotta pay the troll toll.
The whole Martian Manhunter and water scene was in that animated movie where they got Batman's
Tower of Babel.
Tower
of Babel.
Is it called Tower of Babel?
Tower of Babel.
And they got all his contingency plans.
When,
Yeah, they put like
it's
some
originally
fire.
Ra's al Ghul in the
That's my
comics book,
favorite ideas. Batman has like ways to take out everybody.
Makes sense.
and that has one of the best scenes in it with Batman and Superman, where Batman's like,
done.
he walks out, and Superman's like, so you're so arrogant that you had a contingency plan for all of us, but not one for yourself. And he looks at him, he's like,
That's what you guys.
That's what you guys.
do. And I'm like,
I was like, he's like, all right, here's the bullet.
If we're talking like internet terms, I
That
like
gave me chills.
I ship Batman and Superman. I love their relationship.
They have a good. It's like again, not to throw Marvel, but it's a good Tony.
They start as
Cap,
They
but
start
to
as
be real-
rivals, and
to
then
be
they become
real-
good friends.
to be-
They're more friends.
I was gonna say, to be
Cap.
real, I think they have a better story.
because they raise
Yeah.
their kids.
There's a
together, too,
really
right?
good. There's a really good comic you read while Batman's getting ready to marry Catwoman, and Batman's getting ready to marry Catwoman, and then Lois is with Superman, and they're both walking up the stairs to a building, and they're both talking about how they see each other. Like he hella respects him, but they both think the other doesn't like care for them or whatever. And it's funny because at the end they get out of the elevator like, what's up, want to do dinner or whatever. But it's dope because the whole time all they're doing is talking about like Clark is this, and that's why.
But
you
that's
need
kind of
him.
all three of them, like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. They're all like good friends because they're like the.
But see, that's what Batman, Superman, you don't feel like it, but when it comes down to it,
when it comes out of brass tacks.
like they'll handle it.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
anyway,
also have some fairly deep conversations with each other. Now
it's
we've
weird
talked
because it's an alien and a man.
Before we close off, we've talked a lot of negatives.
I'm just
Like, literally,
an
this whole
alien
thing-
here trying to get the attention of a
This
man.
whole thing was all about negatives. What was your
no,
favorite thing?
I put positives in there.
Very little.
I put positives.
What was your favorite thing out of this movie? Actual favorite
That
thing.
and did we say that earlier?
Yeah, we did.
No, what was yours?
Well, I liked.
First.
If we're talking about like direct action scenes, I like when the Flash has to catch all the rocks.
That was
good.
pretty interesting.
If I had to pick my favorite part of the movie, the one that got me most hype was the Martian Manhunter cameo, just because
I think
that's what I'm about.
I think honestly they built for being
But the
not a main character, not a glorified huge character in the comic or to fans. I think they built a really good Cyborg story arc that was interesting enough to care and stuff. Because the original one, I kind of was like,
well, he's one of the core members in like the new 52.
In the original one, he was just more like, "Don't look at me, I'm a monster." This one kind of built it more than his dad dying. I don't know if I like that, but it gave him more depth to be like, "We're finishing this."
I was like, how Superman shows up, has no idea who this guy is, and he's like, "Superman." He's like, "Okay." Starts helping.
That was cool that they come together too to save the day. I did like
my single favorite scene was Superman first flight, the black suit.
Oh yeah, it's because I like that. It's weird he has
scene
so many suits though.
No, it's not.
No,
he's like a Zod suit.
Yeah, a
He's
war.
got
He
like
probably has a war suit, an ambassador
traditional suit,
everyday.
He's got
suit.
his. Yeah, his
I
Man
wonder
of
what
Steel
made him go.
suit.
You know what? We're going dark. Bun.
Well,
Bun.
foreshadowing.
Like ACDC comes.
Foreshadowing. That's all that was. Foreshadowing, because he's not the same
deep
self.
you are.
If he was the same
You
self,
know he was
would've
supposed to have a
grabbed-
mullet, but it wouldn't make any sense. Why
No,
would it?
in the comic books, the black suit's his like regeneration suit.
Like why would his hair grow while he was dying?
Well, yeah, he would have had a full beard too.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures.
That would have
of
been
it.
funny if like, because I think it's an Invincible too. Like, the dad explains that his race, all the adult men of his race grow mustaches.
That's
So it'd be
weird.
funny if Superman woke up and instead of having a full beard, he just had a mustache again.
It'd be great because the whole joke with the CGIing it out the whole time. But
they had to do that, didn't they?
yeah, that's why I think they cut a lot of the scenes, the close-up scenes.
So in the fucking, this whole thing was a huge, the mustache thing was a huge drama. In the fucking thing, DC went to the people that were making the, what is it?
Wouldn't it have been easier to shave off the mustache, put a fake one on?
That's what DC said. DC said is, if you guys shave his mustache on, we'll pay for the CGI. We'll pay for whatever CGI you
Or
want
just to fucking
put
slap
the
the mustache
on.
back on him.
That's what, but they were like, nah.
Bunch of bastards.
It was just a thing.
I like the way it looked. I like the CGI was better than the other one. But other than
CGI
that,
was a little cringe here and there, but
Other than
you're
that-
talking cinematography.
yeah.
You're talking more
Yeah,
of the scenery in the background.
Yeah, as far
You're
as
not talking about CG because there
Pick
is
a
some weird
scene.
CGI.
there isn't one. I'm not gonna lie. I really.
You're Mr. Try to get us all to talk positive, and yet I'm the one walking away.
Dude,
here
let-
now.
Well,
I
I was
mean,
gonna ask.
what's your
I was-
favorite
I was
thing?
gonna ask him, but I personally don't have one.
What?
I said the whole cyborg arc I think was
That's
really,
your, that's your favorite part.
and I think at the end, him being the one that had to be the guy that had to had to save the day
has
by
to beat
opening
the
the
dude.
opening the thing,
And I know I've talked
and
about
he needed Flash to help him get to him, but that was weird because Flash was like all tripping and shit. And
if I'm not mistaken, in the new 52 continuity, he is one of the core members of the Justice League. He's one of the first members because they redid his whole origin and tied him to the Mother Box. And so this is sort of going off of that continuity a little bit more because he's super important in that because he's like the newest member. Like he's like he's like basically in that one. The Flash has been being the Flash long enough to where he's cool with Green Lantern. Like him and Hal are like buddies. They know each other's identity. They've been superheroes for a long time. And, like, Batman's been a superhero for, like, 10 years. And Superman's been fucking around, you know? But he's the new guy. He's the guy who's kind of fish out of water. But he's the most, always
See, I told
most important
Lucas
player.
I felt like Flash was supposed to be the fish out of water because he's not used to hanging out with superheroes,
Nah.
and they didn't really capitalize on that.
But in that story, I think it's 8 members in that one because I think Shazam's in that one. And, like, I was telling, at least in the movie.
I think he comes later
in the
New 52.
it might just be in the movie then, in the movie translation of
because I was buying that when it first came out.
but at least in the movie Justice League War or whatever, the animated movies, I like the interaction between Billy Batson and Victor Stone because Billy's still a kid, and he looks at Victor Stone as this like football player that he's been watching play football, and he's like nerding out. I was like saying this to you, he's like nerding out. He's like he's like victory. 'Cause that's what Victor's name.
Did they get the car crash scene? Was that in the
no,
original?
you get his whole.
So in the original
Billy
one,
meets him when he's a normal person.
no. In the movie,
Oh,
in the original, did they show the car accident?
I think.
I feel like they didn't because I feel like they added the football game because the football game wasn't in
Yes.
the original one.
Also,
So that's why I said it gave it a lot of depth where he's sitting there crying about like his dad not being around and shit.
that seems hard to watch. That's not how you run with a football. I hate. Sorry, it
that's a whole
bothers.
different-
Hold on.
It bothers
Hold
me to
on.
watch things.
Thank you for
that.
bringing the football game because I actually slowed down. He didn't score a touchdown.
He didn't make it.
He didn't.
He hit
His
the-
whole body was outside. The only thing that
No, the only thing. So in football, you can be out. You can be out of bounds, and as long as you're not touching the ground, the second the ball crosses the pylon or hits the pylon, it's a touchdown. You can literally be out of bounds, but as long as you touch the ground, if the ball crosses the end zone line,
It touched outside of the end zone line.
And this
He
will
hit the
be
pylon.
for our future
you hit the pylon, it's
podcast
a touchdown.
about
Sports?
football that we will never see.
Mm-hmm.
Scale 1 to 10, the movie.
But was it a catch though?
Scale 1 to 10.
It was.
What's the movie?
6 out of 5.
6 out of 5. What?
6.5 out of 10.
That's an amazing fucking movie. I give it
6.5 out of 10.
I give it a 5 out of 10. It's a decent
Dude, we
movie.
should each have our own different grading scales. We like.
I give it 5 jalapenos.
I'll give it like 2.75 stars.
I give it a 5 thumbs up out of
11.
11 thumbs up. No, it's just 5 out of 10. I think it's just a good average
this
movie.
one
It's a
goes
good
to
movie just to
11.
watch. To me, it's like a Transformer movie to watch. Like,
I get
it's
a-
just fun.
No,
You know, for the
Transformers are way worse than this. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go down the Facebook angry face.
He's voting angry.
Angry face.
You doing the Reddit thing? You just hitting the
Downvote. I'm
down.
downvoting it.
This movie's been officially downvoted.
I personally didn't like it.
We should get a Reddit. Nobody will be on it, but
It'll just be us filling in things.
we could trade
Actually,
secrets of how to build
we may
bombs.
have a better avenue down Reddit. You're dealing with Reddit.
You're
You're
dealing
dealing
with
with-
sky of
You're
a
dealing
sky
with the
of humming
scum
villainy.
slash best people. It's weird. Reddit's odd.
Bridget.
But anyways,
I'm tired. I got shit I want to do and things I want to go do. So let's cut the shit out. I think that's been a podcast.
yeah,
It has been. It's been fun. We almost made it to 4 hours.
yeah.
I'm joking.
And then hopefully the next time, have Donnie laughing in the background over there. Hopefully the next time we will be
got
in
him.
our new studio
Yeah, really got him.
because this one was supposed to be in the
It
studio.
won't- I have to be. I have to be emptied out by this weekend.
Yeah, so-
we will be in the new studio. We will be filmed.
Yeah, next week we will come back on film
Our
in
hair
our
will
new
be-
studio.
Percolated. Our clothes
My
will be
balls will
crimped,
be shaved.
and I will.
You guys didn't need to know
Botox
that.
my
Need
dick.
to.
Botox
Hopefully it
your
helps you
dick.
then.
Your dick is nice and swollen.
No, I need to have the wrinkles out.
He needs to make sure he's one.
That's a podcast, everybody.